Welcome back to the Odyssey. I am Mike Odyssey, and in today's video, we have rapid fire news where I give you bite-sized pieces of Nintendo news in under 2 minutes. For today's main story, I have discovered a patent that could very well be related to Nintendo's next generation system. We know that it might not be coming this fiscal year, ending in March of 2024. Might be coming next fiscal year, but all we know is that this looks really cool. And let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Odyssey. Hit the like, press play. You're running with the squad like Xenoblade. Drive like Mario, we on a new.
So before we get into today's stories, you see, I want to ask you one thing. I want to ask for your subscription. You see, I'm legally blind and I'm basically losing my sight as we go. I don't have sight on my left eye and I have about 40% sight of my right eye. And it's just fading away, right? The doctors right now have nothing else they can do. But I have a dream to become a full-timer on YouTube by the end of this year. And I want to ask you for your help. If you subscribe to this channel right now, it'll only take a second. For me, it'll just change my life. So if you could do that right now, I would really appreciate it. Here, we have Monday through Friday Nintendo news. On the weekends, we have products and reviews. And we also have the occasional in-topic podcast with your favorite voice actor. So I would really appreciate it. It would mean the world to me. And I just want to thank you in advance for giving me your subscription. Let's move on to today's stories. All right, so first up in rapid fire news, we have Pokemon developers for Game Freak partnering with a private division on a new action-adventure IP. Now, new action-adventure IP sounds fantastic because I've been wanting a brand new game for the longest. I know we have Mario, Zelda, Splatoon. We got all these beautiful IPs, but I've been wanting a brand new first-party IP for the longest, so I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully, it's awesome. Speaking of Pokemon, we have Netflix with a new Pokemon series called Pokemon Unite Journeys. The series episode is coming soon to Netflix. We've heard about this before. I've reported on this before, but now we are closer than ever, so Pokemon fans rejoice. We are getting a brand new Pokemon series on Netflix very soon. In other news, we have Dragon Ball Z Fighters and Xenoverse 2 surpassing 10 million units sold, which is great for these two franchises because that means, guess what? If they sell well, they will get more games out there. So congratulations to Dragon Ball Z Fighters and Xenoverse 2 for surpassing 10 million units. And last but not least, in rapid fire news, just a reminder, guys, this Friday is the launch of Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo will be holding a treehouse at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time until midnight, where they will debut Tears of the Kingdom. So there you have it. I know a lot of people are saying, nope, I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to be waiting for Tears of the Kingdom to play it myself. And I want to make sure that I'm surprised all the way there. There's a big chance they will play it from the very beginning and part of the Great Sky Island, which is that big place where Link starts his journey. So if you don't want to have that area spoiled, then yeah, I mean, skip it. If you're interested and you want to learn more about the game and want a little more convincing to do, then the treehouse should give you enough information to convince you on whether to buy Tears of the Kingdom or not. Anyway, in this channel, we will have a lot of Tears of the Kingdom content on day one, including walkthroughs, tutorials, and a lot more. So make sure to subscribe, to stay tuned, and to come back here at 12 midnight, where I will be launching all this new content related to Tears of the Kingdom, which involves shrines, involves the gameplay, involves walkthroughs, and a lot more. All right, so that's going to do it for rapid fire news. Let's move on to today's top story. All right, guys, so today we actually got a patent that we're going to go through over here, and then we are going to talk about it because it looks like it could be related. I say could be related, right? You guys can help me in the comments and let me know, what does it look like to you? Could be related to the Switch too. And well, it has to do with the UI, right? It has to do with some elements that normally a Switch has, and they could be kind of reintroducing. Do you guys remember during the Wii era? A big thing during the Wii era was focused on Miis. Remember, you guys got to do the Miis. There was this entire community where you guys can, even with the Wii U, we had this the me community, right? And so it was something that was kind of really great. And with the Switch, it was kind of put in the back seat. So yes, you can still create your me, go under the settings in the user and create your little character, right? And you can use it on Switch Sports and maybe other games, but it was just bigger for the Wii and for the Wii U. The community was bigger. There's more of a customization to the characters, and it was just a lot better, right? It was kind of more friendlier. But it looks like Nintendo is planning to bring that back for the next generation Switch. And this patent right here, we're gonna go over. First thing, it talks about the Nintendo Switch, of course, and if they are going to keep the same form factor, it's okay if they just kind of summarize the same form factor as the Nintendo Switch, and it could literally be the next gen Switch, because when it comes to the form, you know, how you hold it, what it looks, Joy-Cons, the attaching the screen, it's all the same things that they might be using. Every upgrade will probably be internal and aesthetics, like the physical, how it looks on the outside. So here we have non-transitory storage medium having information processing program stored therein, information processing apparatus, and information processing method. So right here where it says information processing apparatus, this has to do with the Switch. I've already seen enough patents and where I know this is the Nintendo Switch. Information processing method has to do with the software. Okay, so basically it involves something that they're going to talk about. Now, if the patent only said this right here, then it'll only be related to the actual hardware. But now they're also talking about the what something that's involved with this. And then we have here, this was filed on September 29th. It was issued on May 4th. Okay, right before May. Well, actually, yeah, the Force was with us right here. But here, provided is a new information processing apparatus that emits an operation sound during an operation on a plurality of the GUI user interface. So basically, guided user interface is what I'm thinking it's gonna stand for. The information processing apparatus comprises an input detection unit. Okay, this is boring. Let's go ahead and come over here, because right here it kind of tells you. So you press start. Is primary input detected? Yes. It's kind of like the coding, right? Store detection, and let's move on here, and we will see here. Of course, we'll see the Switch, because it looks like the form factor will not change. Hopefully, it doesn't look exactly the same. Hopefully, it looks better. But we have here the mechanics of what involves in the Switch: the detachable sides, right? The Joy-Cons. And then as we move down on this patent, here we start seeing more information. We got the game apparatus, which is a Switch. Got the controller, touchpad, display, input detection unit, operation sound input unit, process execution unit. The Switch will have a microphone, because there's something related to the Switch here that detects sound according to what you do, and then it'll give you a sound. And part of this patent talks about that, although it's not the main thing I want to talk about today. Left side terminal, we have a lot more here for the Switch. And then here we have the interface selection, right? Selection screen. We'll have the selection screen. It looks like when you open the Switch, when you start the Switch for the very first time, you'll be encountering a selection screen, right? Item A, item B, item C, and item D, E, F, G, and A. So you get to select from these items here. I'm pretty sure they're not going to show them. They do show something later on. But then we go over here, and then let's say, okay, I just selected item A. Let's move on. And moving on, and item A shows on screen the ones you've selected. And then here we have basically item A with the little window popping up in front. And this is like maybe part of the setup when you are in the Switch. Look at this. Selection screen. Select hairstyle. Okay, select hairstyle for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So right here, it gives you right away for you to select your me character, or whatever they decide to call it. They decide to call it. Maybe it's not even called a me anymore. Who knows? Whatever they call it, but it looks like this will be a main feature for the next Switch. It'll be a center point for the next console, right? To create your personal avatar. And here we have the selection here. set, and then we also have he selected hairstyle B. All right, that's the little pointy here, and select here. We keep going down, and it gives you more code. Start here, detected, change focus, and a whole bunch of display next. Press end, and more coding here. But as you can see here, it does have to do with the setup when you're setting up your Nintendo for the very first time. Now, one thing that made me believe that this has to do with the next gen console is this combined with other patents that we found in the past, right? We found a patent where Nintendo talks about AR, VR. We found a patent where Nintendo talks about games also being displayed on your iPhone, iPad, Android device, your tablet, right? So not just a Switch. It looks like Nintendo is also going to implement your hardware, right? Your Switch, your maybe streaming on your phones, and so that other people can join your game, but using their own phones, right? And there's a little line here because I did read the entire thing. I'm crazy, but there's a little line here that actually kind of opens up the world for that. And this is the line here that lets me to believe that yes, this is for the next gen console right here. While a game system is cited and described here as an example, okay, so basically you see here that even though they show the Nintendo Switch there, it doesn't necessarily mean this is for the Switch. What they're really describing is the UI, the beginning, like the software that begins the hardware, right? So as a system is cited here as an example, it's not necessarily this is just for the Switch. So the information processing apparatus, right, which is the system, the information processing apparatus of the embodiment is not limited to a game system, but can also be applied, to a smartphone, a tablet terminal, or a navigation apparatus, right? We have seen over the time multiple patents related to consoles being controlled with iPhones and iPads and smartphones and tablets, right, for Nintendo. And now we get this new one of the introduction to a new console, or the introduction to setting up a console that has all this information, right? So this says here it's not limited to this gaming system, right? First thing it says that a console, yes, is used as an example. So this applies to this console, it applies to the next console and to the next. And here we have, it's not limited to a game system, but can also be applied to a smartphone, a tablet, and a navigation apparatus or the like. All right, this says here the navigation apparatus. We might have another tablet that Nintendo sells separately, like the Wii U, but maybe better. Who knows? But this little line here really called my attention, right? It really called my attention when it comes to what are we talking about? When are we going to see this? Is it for this Switch, for the next gen console? And because we've already focused on so many patents that talk about the next gen console and having iPads and iPhones and mobile devices used in conjunction with the console to play games, then this right here tells me, okay, yeah, this has to do with some kind of software they're implementing into the next console. And with the next console now being closer than ever, because believe it or not, we are in this fiscal year. This could be the very last year for Nintendo's Switch, as in the last fiscal year for Nintendo Switch. And then in April, when the next one begins, then Nintendo will announce the next gen system. I'm leaning towards more April, because April is right before all of these conventions and Nintendo can step on stage and just, show us the new systems that they want to bring us. So there you have this, guys. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Let me know if you enjoy these patent videos here, because I can continue to, I like patent videos just because I like discovery, and I like doing research and giving you guys new things and giving you guys just a glimpse of what Nintendo is actually doing, because this is a legal patent. This is a legal document from Nintendo. This is not a groomer. This is not a leak. It's an actual document from Nintendo right here, directly from Nintendo, issued by the government, like giving them permission or giving them the exclusivity for what they're patenting right here. So there you have it. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this great episode of Odyssey News. Let me know what you guys think down below, and we'll continue the conversation. So that is going to do it. But before I let you go, I got 2 important things I need to let you know. Number 1, never give up. And number 2, journey on. Peace.
We're on a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better without what's been holding